Hi and welcome back to Milky Mamas. In this episode I'm going to talk to you about how to play. Now when you hear the word play, you generally will think of two things. You will think of mummy daddy sheep monster play, or you're going to think of children playing with toys or with whatever else. Because as adults, as we grow up, we tend to forget about play. And it also looks different for adults. So I'm going to go into what play is, why it's really important, and some ideas to get you started on how you can learn to play. This is going to benefit you because it's going to help you it's going to help you be more grounded and more present with your family and with your relationships with your children when you play with them with toys and just interact with them. And it's also going to help you learn how to fill your cup. And I don't know about you, but I know when I used to hear fill my cup, I was like, sounds great in theory. I have no idea how to fill my cup. I have no idea what it is I'm supposed to do to fill my cup. So it felt a bit overwhelming, and I felt like I know my cup is pretty much empty. I don't know what to do about that. So, basically the main way people, how do I put this? The main way adults play is through creativity and imagination, but not necessarily in an artistic form. So creativity and thinking out of the box can be applied to any problem you have, anything that needs problem solving. It doesn't have to be creativity in an artistic place. It can be creativity in how am I going to build this thing I want to make. Maybe you like working with your hands and doing craft type things, or like woodwork or metal work. It could even be things like maybe you like picking up a camera. Maybe you do like to paint. Maybe you do like to draw or sketch. But play and creativity go hand in hand, and play, I feel like, is just the physical outcome and embodiment of creativity. Doing puzzles, if you like doing a Sudoku, things like that. The other aspect of play that's really important is that whilst it can be productive and beneficial, there needs to be almost like a lack of expectation to it. So, for example, I like knitting, right? So I sometimes will sit down and knit, and I'll be trying to convince myself I've got something else that I need to be doing and spending this time better. I need to be doing something else other than knitting, because knitting, yes, I'm enjoying it, but it's not going to get me somewhere. It's not going to give me an outcome that I'm trying to achieve. And a big aspect about play and being able to fill that cup is to be able to do something that will not have an expectation that it's going to take you somewhere. So knitting is perfect for me because I get to do something with my hands. I get to make something that I really like because I'm obsessed with knits. And there's no, it's not going to help my business. It's not going to help my house get cleaned. It's not going to help anything else besides just making me feel happy. And I think that was something that I had a really hard time coming to terms with when I was first trying to learn how to fill my cup and how to play, because I was like, I don't know. I don't know what I like to do. I don't know what I want to do. I don't know what's going to make me feel happy. I don't know when people say to do something just for yourself, that, you know, for no one else and just because you want to do it. I was like, what does that even mean? But what it means is doing something that has no value to anything else except your happiness and your joy. We're basically trying to spark joy here, is what the goal is, I suppose. Spark joy and love and like that warmth that you feel. So the main tips on how to play would be to turn off. The first step is turning off devices if you can. Even having background music can sometimes be too distracting, so even just having nothing in the background. And I know, especially if you have anxiety, this can be really hard to do. I find this very hard, but it is actually really worth it. So turning off devices, and then the actual first step is basically make a list of what you're good at. The first step is actually starting a project that you're good at. But if you can't think of what that is, make a list of things that you think you're good at, or things that other people have told you that you're good at. And then in that list, have a look at what you actually enjoy doing, because sometimes you're good at something, but you don't actually enjoy doing it. So make sure it's something that you actually enjoy doing, that you're good at, is a good place to start. From there, collect whatever it is you need to get that started, whether you need tools, like if you need paints, if you need, I don't know, whatever it is you might need. And then the other major factor, the third step, is to allocate yourself time, preferably every day, but that might not always work out. Allocate yourself time to play, to do, even if it's like 20 minutes, 15 minutes, where you just scribble, you just, sketch on a page, or if you only have 15 minutes, maybe you could sand some of your woodwork. I am a very creative person in regards to, artistically creative person. So when I do have 15 minutes, I tend to do those more artistically creative things. But it can be anything that makes you feel good and has no expectation surrounding it. You're doing it purely because it makes you feel good, you enjoy doing it, and afterwards you feel a sense of like, yeah, cool, I've just done that. That was really cool. Now what else can I do? What else am I going to do? Like, I'm going to take that energy into anything else I need to do for the day. Sorry if this feels a bit jumbled as a episode. I am currently coming down from my serotonin spike, so it can get a bit jumbly for me for a little bit. Some examples, other than the ones I've already suggested, would be things that maybe seem a bit out of your comfort zone, or something that you wouldn't necessarily think you'd want to do, but actually end up being really good to shut off your mind, keep you more present in the moment, and open that creativity. Because something that Jared Seng said recently in a masterclass of his that I was watching is that creativity is a muscle, and just like any other muscle, we need to use that muscle and stretch that muscle, and like it's not like that's it, I'm creative, I can play, I can do this. You have to nurture it, same way you have to go to the gym to nurture your actual physical muscles. So where was I going with that? Some ideas on out of the box things that you can do to nurture your creativity and to play would be grabbing a paint by numbers. Kmart have them. I'm pretty sure they're like $5. Maybe it was $8, but I know it was less than $10. It comes with the paint, comes with the paintbrush, comes with the thing. Just paint. Just paint. Another thing you could do is getting an adult colouring in book. There's so many cool ones. You can get some that have like mandalas on them. You can get some that have swear words. That's on my wish list for my birthday. Yeah, you can get so many cool things. You can get Kmart is actually probably a really great place to start because they have a lot of really quick kits to help you with this without having to spend a lot of money and buy a lot of different things. They're just there ready in the kit, and it's like $10 or less. So they'll have ones that are like a cross stitch kit as well. That's really fun. I love cross stitching. Paint by numbers, anything like, even if you go into the kids section and they have like the like little clay or ceramic like figurines that you can paint, even that, like I love Bluey, so that could be something that I could do for fun, is just to paint those. Since my daughter's apparently no longer into Bluey that much and it's all mermaids, so but yeah, think out of the box. Think of things that, and a big thing is saying to yourself that you don't have time. You have as much time as you make, is the bottom line to everything. There will be enough time if you make the time. You can stop scrolling on your phone for an extra 5 minutes out of every hour and make yourself a minimum of 30 minutes that you can play a day to fill your cup, because you can't pour from an empty cup, which means if you haven't filled your cup, how are you going to be the best mum, wife, employee, business owner, whatever it is, whatever other roles you fill? You can't be your best if you don't have anything left to give. A car doesn't run on empty. I wish. But you need to be refueling yourself. So just to recap, because I feel like I was a bit scattered at the beginning, play is very important. Play is basically how, as an adult, you are creative and imaginative. It doesn't just include artistic creativity. Creativity is basically anything that is problem solving. So if you want to do puzzles instead, or any other sort of problem, anything that is like I suppose, not even necessarily a problem, but something easy for you to do, that brings you joy, that makes you feel happy. And the other thing is you need to make sure that there's no expectations put on it. So it needs to be something that isn't going to overall benefit your house, your home, your they're the same thing, your business or your family, but it's just for you, and it's just for you to feel good and make you feel like you've spent some time for yourself. Self-care, any self-care comes into this as well. If it's just epilating your legs, moisturizing, if you want to do a face mask, if you want to do a bath, whatever, that all comes under the umbrella of play, surprisingly. And it's really important. It's really important that you take some time for yourself to play. And I know that that's hard, and I know that it's easier said than done, but you're really going to reap the benefits if you do it. So that's it from me today. Thank you very much for listening. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions, please feel free to send me a message. Otherwise, please like and subscribe, leave a review if you'd like, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day and weekend. Bye.